Hey guys, I'm Purple Ice, and today I'm going to tell you a school story of how I gave my friend a concussion. Before I start this story, understand that this was a complete accident. You don't just normally give someone a concussion. Anyone who knows me would be super surprised to hear that I gave someone a concussion. Now this happened back in the spring of my 8th grade year, and everybody knows middle school years are not a good time for anyone, but those years did give me a lot of stories. Now, continuing on to the story, it was just a normal school day. I think, first period I went to health, and then I had English, and then I had PE, which is a class that I actually have never minded because I'm a pretty active person and I love sports. In the past, I've played 6 years of soccer, and I believe during this concussion event, I was on a basketball team. Right now, I'm not doing any sports because I want to focus more on music and academical stuff. Now, going back to the story, in PE, every few weeks we would change units on what sport or exercise thing we were doing, and on the day I gave my friend a concussion, we were in the badminton unit. Badminton is a really fun sport and is pretty similar to tennis. I don't think I've ever played badminton with the actual rules though, so I'll probably have to try that sometime. Anyways, at the beginning of class, I partnered up with my friend who is also a percussionist and concert band like I was. We both grabbed a racket and picked one out of the 8 courts that were located in the gym. On the court, there's a line going down the middle of the court under the net. The line separates both sides of the court, so my friend and I decided to take a half of the court, and I picked the left side while my friend picked the right side. We played for a little while, passing the birdie or shuttlecock, which is the thing you hit in badminton, back and forth. And then one of the times that the birdie flew over the net to our side, I noticed that my friend was really close to the net and the birdie was headed to the far side of the court on her side. Since it was on her side, I probably should have let her try to at least get it, but I decided that I could reach it in time and there was no way she could have, and I was technically right about that. So, I ran and swung my racket at the shuttlecock, or birdie thing, hitting it, and then right after, hitting my friend's face in one swing. Yeah. Now, my calculations about her being able to hit the birdie in time were correct. However, she still ran faster than I expected, and I ended up hitting her. Now, you have to understand just how hard that racket hits, because I was on the very far end of the court, almost past the out-of-bounds line. So I had to hit it hard enough to make it over the net, and the first thing I did after swinging the racket was watching the birdie fly over the net and noticing that neither of the teammates on the other side hit it because they were looking at my friend laying on the ground. I had to check to make sure the birdie went over the net, and then I went to check on my friend because I guess I wanted to see how successful my hit was. I guess I'm pretty competitive, and I wasn't sure how bad I hit her at the time, but anyways, I can't remember exactly what happened next, but she was laying on the ground and the teachers had to come over and try to figure out what was wrong. Then the bell rang not long after, and she didn't come to school for almost a week. You have no idea how bad I felt, but I was also just in shock that I gave someone a severe concussion. You don't think that it's possible to just give someone a concussion. Do you ever just hit someone on the head and think, oh, whoops? That doesn't happen. I mean, it is possible to give someone a concussion, but it is still surprising when it happens. So make sure you listen to your teachers or coaches when they say to be really careful not to hit someone in the face with your racket or with anything in any other sport, because those things are dangerous. And everybody knows middle school years are not a good time for anyone, because, yeah. Badminton is really fun though. Badminton is a really fun... Badminton is a sport. That doesn't happen. I mean, it is still it is possible, but it's still surprising when... it is possible to give someone a concussion, but it is still surprising when it happens. Now, this happened in the spring Now, this happened way back in the spring of my 8th... Now, this story happened... Now, this happened back in the spring of my 8th grade year. We both grabbed a racket and picked a court that was in our PE gym. Both of us grabbed a racket and picked one of the courts that was located in our PE... Why located? We both grabbed a racket and picked one of the 8 courts. We both grabbed a racket and picked one out of the 8 courts that were located in the gym.